Marriage is not just about food. Some people just need a house help. It doesn't mean that they are ready for marriage. And some people just need a sugar daddy or somebody that will be giving them money. It doesn't mean that such a woman is ready to be married. What's up, my people? It's your girl. Yes, we're staying home today. Social distancing. Please stay home, I beg. You know, I've been wanting to make this video for weeks now, but Koro has taken all our time. But this time that we're in self-isolation is actually the best time to practice some of the things that I will cover in this video. So I'd like to urge you to please watch the whole video because I'm making a circle. I may address a concern of yours later on in the video. So please don't shut it down just because I said something that doesn't agree with your spirit at the beginning or in the middle. A few weeks ago, an influential person tweeted that guys should not marry a lady that doesn't know how to cook and that ladies shouldn't marry a guy that doesn't have a job. And I believe that this person meant well. I just think that this tweet is an opportunity for us to have a conversation. So this is just my personal opinion, by the way. You do not have to take it as gospel. There is no one system that works for everybody. This is my personal opinion. Like I always tell you guys, I don't know anything. I actually look forward to learning from you guys in the comment sections. So before I get into details, if anybody is wondering, just so you know up front, my take in one sentence is, if you know how to eat, you should know how to cook. It makes life better for you and for everybody else. Also, if you know how to spend money, you must know how to make money, whether you're a man or a woman. And this coronavirus time of self-isolation is a good time to learn how to do both. Now, before I address the tweet proper, I think it's important to say what I understand about marriage so that you will understand where I'm coming from. Marriage, as I know it, again, this is my opinion, marriage as I know it is supposed to be a partnership. Two becoming one, two people becoming one. You become a team and you're both working together for the benefit of your team. It's just like they do in any sport. You always put your team above any other team. You don't compare somebody else's wife or husband with yours because that's your teammate. You know, neither of you sees the other one as less in value or in any aspect. Where there is true love, it's never about one person. Both of you are trying to take care of each other. You're trying to take care of each other's needs. Physically, you want to make sure that your partner is healthy, that they are not sick, that they are in good shape. You don't want to wait for them to have pot belly before you start exercising together because you want them to be around for a long time so you can enjoy each other for a long time. Your children can enjoy you for a long time. And also you want to meet their needs sexually. You know, I've heard that some women don't reach orgasm when they have sex and they're married. I'm like, the devil is a liar. Some men don't even know what their wives like in terms of sex. They don't know her G-spots. They've never had sex for her to enjoy it. It's just them. Do you know that God is not happy with you, my brother, if your wife is not sexually fulfilled? How can you pray? How can you go before God when your wife doesn't reach orgasm? Now, when you're a team, you want to make sure that you meet each other's needs. And even food-wise, you're trying to feed each other. You don't see anything as one person's job. In fact, cooking together doesn't just make you closer as a couple. It can be a really sexy time together, okay? House cleaning as well. When you see something is dirty, you don't wait for the other person to clean it up. You both clean up dishes. You both clean up after yourselves. You know, I visited a couple one time and there were clothes everywhere on the couch. And as soon as I go in, the husband started complaining that the wife is not cleaning the house. Me, I was just looking at him like, Oga, don't you also live here? As in, no, for real. He could have just picked the clothes, you know, but no, it had to be the woman. Raising children as well. You do it together. Making sure that you both create memories with your children, knowing fully well that soon they will grow up and leave. And professionally, true love wants his or her partner to achieve their dreams in life. Marriage is never supposed to be an end to anybody's dreams. When you love someone, you want them to be all that they're created to be. There's nothing wrong in a woman supporting her husband's dreams, but it should never be one way. It's supposed to be vice versa as well. Like he supports her dreams and she supports his dreams. They both support each other's dreams because they both have gifts and talents that would benefit the world. And this is why I think you need to know why you want to get married before you get married. Because marriage is not just about food. Some people just need a house help. It doesn't mean that they are ready for marriage. And some people just need a sugar daddy or somebody that will be giving them money. It doesn't mean that such a woman is ready to be married. So that is the preamble. Now let me share my opinion about the tweet. Starting with the statement directed to ladies, not to marry a guy that has no job. I think it's a great advice, you know, but please, my sister, do not marry someone just because he has a good job. Make sure you love him, and do not turn down someone that you love, someone who treats you right, just because he doesn't have a good job at the moment. So long as he's not lazy. If he's not lazy and he's doing everything to get a good job or build his own business. I've seen a lot of women who marry the wrong person because of money. I've also seen men who share how they had nothing when they got married, but today they are well-to-do. I'm not saying that you should marry someone that has no job. I'm saying marry someone that is not lazy. If he or she is not lazy and there is true love, it will work out. And notice that I use he or she. That's because this actually doesn't apply to men alone. It applies to women as well. My dear sisters, it is very important for you to learn how to make money on your own, and how to save money, and how to invest money. My sisters, please don't marry someone because you expect him to be your money bag. I'm not saying that you shouldn't marry someone that is rich if you're in love, if you're both in love, but don't go into a marriage with the mindset of being a liability for somebody else. Before I go on, I know that some women will take off time from work to raise their kids. That's not what I'm talking about. That is by choice. I'm talking about ladies that do not contribute at all financially. That is what we call a liability. And I'm not abusing anybody, oh please, I'm not abusing anybody, by the way. But a liability is anything that takes money out of the account but never deposits money into the account. Make yourself an asset, my sister. An asset is anything that puts money into the account. If your parents spent money to educate you, and you know some of you, your parents suffered, why are you not using it for something? Don't spend 4 years in school to get an education just to expect somebody else to take all the responsibility of taking care of you. And some women can be high maintenance. How about, it's not fair. You have gifts, you have talents. I'm tired of seeing ladies get married and bury their dreams. God made you special, and someday he would ask you about all the gifts and talents that he gave you. It's not just about you making money, by the way. It's really about using your gifts and talents for the betterment of mankind. You never know who is waiting for you to step into your destiny, which would directly or indirectly affect their own lives. So please don't go to the grave with your dreams. Also, you must learn to make money, because having financial freedom is very important, my dear sisters, because anything can happen at any time. I'm not praying that your husband loses his job, but if that should happen, my sister, can you take care of your family at least for some months while he's looking for another job? Can you save your husband from the embarrassment of not having a job until he gets back on his feet? You know, that period when things are tight financially and there is no alternative in terms of source of income because one person is the only one working. That time is the cause of so many problems in so many marriages. And we know that life is not straight and smooth. Every couple goes through a tough time. Having an alternative source of income helps a couple to navigate through the tough times. It's like having a spare tire in your car. At least you know that you can use that to drive away from dangerous roadside, maybe in the middle of the night, until you get to the mechanic where the flat tire will be fixed. If a car needs extra tire, every couple needs an alternative source of income. It is the same thing with cooking and other things as well, because at some point the other person will get burned out. Also, when you don't contribute money, my sister, you don't always have a say. Beware of guys who feel threatened with their wives making money. You know, there are some men that are so insecure that they believe that if a woman is making her own money, that she will disrespect them. They want to be the only one making all the money and making all the decisions in the house. So they try everything to keep her down. May you never marry such a guy. Amen, my sister. Because if you do, you will never be all that you were created to be so long as you're with this person, unless they change. So for my brothers, I just want to say that letting your wife work and make money does not reduce who you are. It actually adds to who you are. You'll be able to afford better lifestyle. It is very dangerous, my brother, for you to be the only one that is working, for you to be the sole provider. Because if you suddenly lose your job, you will all suffer. All of you will suffer. And you know, God forbid, if you should die and your wife is not used to making money, your children may suffer. If your wife makes more money than you do, it doesn't reduce your size. As long as you know you are a team, nothing is permanent. A man can make more money today and then the woman gets promoted and she makes more money. People get promoted, people get laid off. She could be laid off. You know what I mean? You need all the income that you can get as a family, and nobody needs to know who's making more money. So please stop assuming that a woman would disrespect you if she makes her own money. If anything, you want to make sure that she's set, that she can survive with or without you when you're gone. So now to the other tweet, that men should not marry a woman that doesn't know how to cook. Oh shit. So I want to first of all talk to men about this. My dear brothers, please move closer. I'm saying this with huge respect, huge esteem for you. Please learn how to cook. I'll give you 4 reasons. Number 1, cooking is a skill that can open so many doors for you. It is only in some parts of the world that cooking is looked at as a woman's job. In Nigeria, where I'm from, I know some male chefs who are making huge money, killer money, because of their cooking skills. And some of them have their own TV shows because they know how to cook further. One of my favorite YouTubers, by the way, is Phrankleen. Make sure that you guys check him out. He has cooking videos with hundreds of thousands of views. This brother knows how to cook. He does other videos, by the way, so that when you go on his page and you don't see cooking up front, he has other videos besides cooking, but he cooks real good. In fact, cooking is one of the easiest ways for a guy to make money on campus, simply because most guys don't know how to cook. When I was in Nigeria, I know of a guy who got free accommodation on campus simply because the other guys, they needed him to be in the room to cook. I know guys that will make jollof rice and put them in plastic containers and sell them to their fellow mates. Number 2, knowing how to cook, my brother, it will prevent you from marrying the wrong person just because she knows how to cook. I know guys who married the wrong person because she was the one cooking for them on campus. So she assumed that they were in a relationship. He didn't really mean it, but he had no choice. In fact, knowing how to cook for yourself, my brother, enables you to marry someone that you love for who she is, whether she knows how to cook or not. It also makes it easy for you to marry someone from a different ethnic group or a different nationality. You don't feel like you have to marry someone from your place just so that you can eat the food that you grew up eating, because you know how to make it by yourself. So you make the food from your own culture, she makes the food from her own culture, you teach each other how to make the foods from your cultures. That even makes marriage so much fun. Like, I didn't know that some people cook plantains in their beans on the stove, until Victor and I got married. And he didn't know anything about ekoeda. Can you imagine? Until we got married. It gives you variety. She will bring her own food. You bring your own ogbonna soup. You learn how to eat each other's food. You have more variety. My brothers, do not miss out on marrying a woman that you love. Maybe the one you met on campus. Just because she's not from your tribe and you are worried about the food from your tribe. And of course, you can always watch YouTube together. Sisi Yemmie is an amazing YouTuber. You guys can subscribe to her channel. You will learn how to cook all kinds of Nigerian foods. Amen, somebody. Number 3 reason why I think men should know how to cook is because it will enable you to survive anywhere you find yourself. If you're planning on traveling abroad, by the way, and you don't know how to cook, I'm so sorry, but you are going to suffer. You will suffer for it, because food is different in different parts of the world. It's not like something that you see in movies or you see the pictures. It doesn't always taste good. Sometimes some Oyibo food like this, they look good on paper, but when you taste it, you'll be like, where is the salt? Oh, just so you know, Oyinbo people don't generally use Maggi, bouillon cube. I'm not saying that Maggi is good for you or not. I'm just saying, if you are used to Maggi, but knowing how to cook makes you independent. That's what I'm trying to say, because trust me, you will miss home food. I remember visiting my brother in St. Louis. We hadn't seen each other in a long time. We went to the same college, but then I moved to New York for my graduate program. He moved to St. Louis for his graduate program. So we didn't see each other for a couple of years. But then I went for his graduation. My brother had made amala, eba, rice, and I forgot what else for me. Oh, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Seeing each other again and catching up on Nigerian food was awesome. I never had to worry about my brother the whole time that we were in different cities, because I know he knew how to cook. Knowing how to cook ensures that you don't go hungry or eat just anything, because that is all you have at the cafeteria. In fact, when a man knows how to cook, for that, sometimes they even cook better than some women. Now, the 4th and last reason is women love men who know how to cook and clean. It is sexier than 6-pack. Most women know how to cook, but a woman wants to know that her helpmate, as the Bible calls it, is truly a helpmate. Nobody wants to marry a husband that would make her cook when she's sick. And do you know that some men do that? A woman appreciates a husband that can surprise her once in a while with breakfast in bed or dinner set before she comes back. Such a brother can never do wrong. He can never do wrong. Some women, when they are pregnant, They can't stand the smell of raw fish or meat or just aroma of the kitchen in general. And trust me, you don't want a woman throwing up in your kitchen when she's pregnant and she's trying to cook for you simply because you cannot cook at all. But do you know that some men actually do that? So yes, women love a man that can take care of himself. It shows that he's an adult, that he's not a kid. Women love a man that can clean after himself and put down the toilet seat. You know, some men don't know how to wash the toilet and they poop in that toilet. In fact, they poop more than everybody else because they eat more than everybody else. When a man knows how to cook, I have a different respect for you on another level. Like, I just respect men who know how to cook. It doesn't even matter if you don't know how to cook a lot of things. So long as you can mix things together and something can come out that is edible, you have my respect. And for the really spiritual brothers that would want to quote the Bible, I got you. There's no Bible verse that says that the woman should be the only one cooking. So you understand? So many men in the Bible cooked. Abraham cooked, Isaac cooked, Esau cooked. In fact, Jacob's cooking was so good that his brother said, that's it, I agree. You are the firstborn. The cook that fed Daniel and his friends vegetables for 10 days in the Bible is male. The Bible referred to him as a he. The disciples were the ones that prepared the Lord's Supper. Even in his parables, Jesus talked about a man preparing a banquet. And if you truly love your wife as Jesus loved the church, to the point where he was willing to die for the church, but you cannot enter the kitchen. I have never understood that kind of love. That's just me. So my brothers, limiting your wife to cooking, cleaning, sex, and having her support your dreams alone. Limiting your wife to those things, no offense, but it's actually the same job description as a housemaid, a prostitute, and a secretary. And I'm not abusing you or anybody. So please don't limit your wife to the kitchen or the other room, you know? When she could be a scientist, when she could be a comedian, a doctor, a teacher, a commissioner, a world leader. The new prime minister of Finland is a 34-year-old woman. Maybe now she's 35, I don't know, but she was 34 last year when she became the prime minister, and she's doing amazing things for her country. If she had married a man that limited her to the kitchen, she wouldn't be changing lives today in Finland. And this is where I want to thank my amazing husband. Oh shit! He is just way too amazing. I could not be who I am today without my husband. Like, he is my biggest supporter. He's my biggest cheerleader. He believes in me more than I believe in myself. He tells me you can do this, and I'm like, I don't know, you think? That's how it should be in a marriage. Ooh, I love you, Victor, in case you are watching this. Before we got married, we talked at length about each other's dreams and how we would help each other achieve our dreams. Do you know that he never once asked me whether I knew how to cook? Like, for real. But do you know the funny thing? I was the one that asked him. I asked him if he knew how to cook. He said no. I said, my dear, I really like you, but if we are going to get married, you must know how to cook. I said, of course I want to be with you. You know I like you, like I really do. And I want us to build a life together. But I cannot be the only one cooking for the rest of our lives. I will not marry you to be your house help. I didn't say it as an insult. No, I was just being honest. And do you know that he learned how to cook? That's how much he loves me. Victor watched YouTube video to learn how to make jollof rice. Oh God, I can't do anything for my husband. Oh Father, I can't do anything for my husband. We have so mumuch fun cooking together, by the way. And I still do most of the cooking because I'm really good. I'm a really good cook, okay? Like, for real, I am. But I never have to worry about him when I travel or when I'm sick. Now to the ladies, please learn how to cook. It's for your own good. It will save you a lot of money. You can use that to win not just a guy's heart, but his family's heart. It shows that you can take care of yourself and your children when you have them. And don't just learn how to cook. Learn how to cook in bulk so that you can stock up food in the freezer that would last you and your family for weeks, so that you don't have to cook every day. This is hard for those that don't have stable electricity, I understand. But if you have stable electricity, cook in bulk, my sister. It will save you a lot of headache. But you know, more importantly, my sisters, please teach your sons how to cook and clean. It will enable them to live a good life when you are not with them. If your son should move to another part of the country for school or for NYSC, or he moves to another part of the world, you won't have to worry about them so much because you know that they can take care of themselves. If you don't teach your sons how to cook and you don't have any female child, does that mean that you will be the only one cooking for the whole family until they grow old enough to leave your house. That is not good and it's not fair to you, because if you fall sick, they will suffer. So if women can teach their sons how to cook and clean, by the way, we won't have to experience a lot of the domestic abuse that we see happening today. I know of Nigerian couples, by the way, that the wife didn't know how to cook and they made it work and they lived happily. I'm talking about elderly couples, actually. So please use this time of self-isolation to learn more about money management, how to save money, how to invest. I actually made a video about that. I'll put the link in the description below. And my brothers and my sisters, please use this time of self-isolation to also learn how to boil rice. Learn how to boil rice. By the way, huge shout out to my auntie in Dallas, Texas, Mommy Goat, who you are amazing. All her sons, all 4 of them, they know how to cook. Mommy Goat, you have done well. Make sure that you call her, by the way, if you have any wedding coming up. She's the best engagement MC ever. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. I can't believe some of you watched till the end. You are amazing. Don't forget to share this video if you like it. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, guys, peace out.